Hey, how y'all doing?
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Let me tell you something. This show was really wild for me because it kind of it was like the Stephen King version of like The Living Dead meets The Handmaid's Tale meets Carrie. Like it was all of that stuff happening all in one film. But what I want to find out from you guys is what was the very first time you either read a Stephen King book or saw a Stephen King film? And I'll start with Ben first.
I'm not a massive horror genre consumer. I don't like the creepy ones. The sort of I've seen Carrie and I've seen what was your favorite one?
Misery.
Misery. I've seen those ones, but they creep me out. What I love is when he kind of bends the genres for in terms of like Stand by Me is a movie I probably was introduced to very early on, but Shawshank Redemption was always the one that stood out in my mind. Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman in that was just stories about hope and humanity are always things that are going to kind of catch me. And The Running Man was another one, but it was probably Stand by Me or Shawshank that was my first introduction to Stephen King, the films, and then I got into the books later in life.
Okay, you're a hardcore Stephen King fan. I can see
Yes,
that.
ma'am.
Okay, all right. How about you, my dear?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was Stand by Me. I
Yeah,
think it was like 10 or so years ago. I think I probably first watched that, and yeah, because obviously I wouldn't have because I would have been pretty young because I remember watching Stand by Me pretty young, and I didn't know anything about Stephen King at that point. But I didn't know what ride I was in for the amount of work that he has both on paper and on camera.
there was a quote that somebody said about, I think it was Mary Louise Parker's character, something about saving the world. So if you had the ability, what would you do to save the world? Because we in dire straits right now.
I
God.
mean, I think storytelling is a big part of it. It's something that we've always kind of done, and if you look, like I said about hope and humanity in Stephen King's work, like you look through the work, it's about in this story particularly kids, but the vulnerable, as a sort of allegory for the vulnerable in systems of authority that remain unchecked, and people just go about kind of abusing their power to kind of facilitate the things that they want, that they want, and to retain kind of power over other people and to keep people down. And I think sharing stories about that is just as important as going on marches, and just as important as posting about things that you care about. Or I think that people fight injustice in different ways, and some of those ways are louder and some are quieter, but it doesn't make them any less kind of powerful. And I think sharing stories about doing the right thing is a very important thing to teach generations as we go forward in life.
Did you want to add anything to that, Joe, before we dip out?
No, I don't. I mean, I think it's just I don't know how to say that. That's probably why I'm an actor. I have no idea what to
Me
do.
neither, bro.
I
That's
just
quite all right. Well, it's my time. I wanted to just tell you, Joe, you remind me so much of a really young Lucas Hedges, and that says
oh
volumes
really?
because I think he's brilliant, and I
Thank you
think you
so
were both
much. Oh,
brilliant in this project. Thank you so
thank you.
much for giving me your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank you,
yours.
brother.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Bye.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I wish you love, peace, and hair grease.
Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.